Yo, what's going on? I'm LJ, and I've been doing these sugar fasting reset videos. But here's one part of the conversation that I'm not seeing online, and I want to have this conversation with you. It's maybe the most important part. What do you do when you get too energized? You are putting so much sugar into your system, fructose, glucose. It's like things are moving. It's hard to sit still. Like, I feel wired. I feel lit up. I can't I can't focus. And nobody's talking about that. So I am. Once the sugar fast kicked in, I felt like I was on something. I felt like I was on performance enhancement drugs, PEDs. It's too much energy. I can't sit still. I can't think clearly. I can't even plan my day. So I've been adjusting and working with the fire instead of getting burnt by it. I was up. I was energized. I was sensitive. I could feel more physically, emotionally, relationally. I was super present. I would be talking to people in real life, and it would be like, whoa, they're not present, and I'm way too present. And I couldn't chill. I couldn't just sit and breathe into the moment. And that's when I realized this isn't just food, it's a frequency. Sugar works. Fructose becomes clean burning fuel for the liver. And when you stay away from fat and protein during the day, your body kicks into a powerful metabolic state. Specifically, we trigger something called FGF21. It's a fibroblast growth factor 21. It's a liver hormone that ramps up fat oxidation and energy expenditure when protein is low. When you add sugar to the mix, it intensifies the metabolism and the fat burning even more. Now, this means what's happening is we're flipping a biological switch. You're not forcing your body to burn fat through stress or starvation. You're literally inviting it into a metabolically optimized state. That's metabolic leverage. That leverage only works if you control the inputs. No fat, no protein, just carbs, glucose and fructose primarily from fruit. That's how I do it. After the first few days, I had so much energy, I literally couldn't stop moving. My thoughts were racing. My body wanted to run. My nervous system was on. And that's when I realized something. This protocol is a performance enhancer. So I started doing the obvious thing. I added workouts. I scheduled movement, daily, non negotiable. I started doing push ups. I started doing dance classes. I was running. I started doing weights. I went to yoga class. I grounded the fire. That started changing things. Once I did that, my workouts became incredible. It wasn't like I was working out. I didn't have to lift myself and take myself to the gym. It was basically like, if I don't get to the gym, I'm going to lose my mind. It was like that feeling of I am obsessive about working out, more active, more present, the masculine. And I had a lot of presence. Like, I was so much more in the room, my attention, my consciousness, than the people around me. I was too much. So I needed to calm down even more. So this is why I took a look at rice, white rice, red rice. White rice is better, digests easier. So rice is a starch that still digests quickly, keeps you in that high carb state and doesn't blunt FGF21 as long as you don't combine it with fat or protein. Same protocol as everything I've mentioned before. It helped me feel more grounded without losing the fat burning benefits. Now, I can add salt, steamed veggies, add a little bit of kimchi or sauerkraut. Now I got something warm and savory and satiating. The burn continues, but the chaos stopped. I slept better too, actually. This balance helped me move from high energy overwhelm into high performance focus. The sugar fast is really good for people who want to lose weight ASAP. You want to lose fat fast, well, just keep eating sugar, fruit juices. I've been drinking coconut water. I'm still trying to figure this one part out. At the end of the day, I'll do a lean, low-fat protein meal. Maybe eggs, steak. But after that, the game changes. So as soon as you put protein into the system, that slows down digestion. It stimulates insulin. But because there's even a little bit of fat, it also creates insulin resistance. So at that point, no more sugar, which changes things because right up to that point of the day, I can eat as much as I want. And now I have to stop eating. You can't have more sugar. You can't have more fat. You can't have more protein. That's the edge I'm walking right now. It's learning how to pause after the last meal of the day. So here's what I've learned. Fruit and starch can reset your metabolism if you use them right. You don't need to work out to lose fat this way, but if you've got the energy, move it, channel it. Like you don't need to, but you can. It makes working out more fun. It gives me much more energy, more focus. And if you need to ground yourself while keeping the metabolic fire alive, rice is your ally. This isn't a detox. It's not a diet. It's a reset of your relationship to fuel, to energy, and to your own power. The day. Once you have protein, it becomes your last meal of the day. This is why rice is so awesome, because it's satiating, but it doesn't force you out of satiation, you know? Like, you're still burning FGF21. So my issue right now that I'm figuring out is how to have that last meal of the day, because you can't have too much protein. Otherwise, it takes me out of the fat burn. You can't have any fat or very low amounts of fat, because that'll take you out of the fat burn. So I'm in a situation where I'm eating as much as I want, energized, PED, feel amazing. And then end of the day, I'll have low protein, sauerkraut, meat. Feels amazing. It's so good. The problem is, if I don't go to sleep right after that, I'm hungry. So I'm figuring it out. What the rice did for me was the rice helped me sleep easier. It made me heavier. So with all of the fat burning and all the lightness and all of like the shaking that I was doing, it felt good. But I stayed in my fat burn. So like I'm not gaining weight eating rice, which is amazing. I always thought that rice would gain weight for me, but it was the starch mixed with the fat that was, So let's be clear. This isn't about sugar. It's about what happens when you stop buffering your brilliance. This is metabolic truth, nervous system truth, life truth. Learn how to live in the space of being powerful. Clean energy is the best energy. What do you need, like dead animal energy in you? Sometimes it feels good, a little bit of like medium rare steak. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum.